Alright, I'm back, and I'm gonna review Rings of Power here on the Foeontheflicks show. Dun dun dun! You see the Lord of the Rings tat? I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. I'm not a huge fan of Rings of Power. And apparently, to Amazon, that means I'm racist. That's news to me. I didn't know it was racist because of shitty writing, bad casting, and just terrible mockery of Tolkien's fucking lore, making up their own bullshit just to appease the fucking new woke culture. It's the end. We'll never see true adaptations in the future going forward. It's over. It's over for adaptations. So, authors, you might as well just start writing your stories to fit PC culture, because it doesn't matter. Even if people like your books, even if you get millions of fans and a huge fan base, they're just gonna, whenever they make it into a show, whenever they make it into an adaptation, to a series, a movie, they're just gonna take out your characters and throw in diverse, whatever. Doesn't matter how many people from different cultures love your book, they're going to change everything about it. It's ridiculous. And it's sadly the truth these days. And Rings of Power, actually, Wheel of Time was a prime example of just where fantasy is going in general, adaptation specifically. And yeah, Wheel of Time, it was just terrible, man. Just terrible. Not even all the. I mean, like the Two Rivers, it hit me as like a medieval type of place, like medieval European type of place in the books. I guess I just assumed, and I don't remember so much diversity in the book. Perrin, for example, he's a stocky, big white dude with black hair, and in the show, he's a full black dude, and it just doesn't seem natural because it doesn't even show Perrin's parents, I think, and it's like everyone in the inn is of a different race. It's like, how does that work? Did y'all all just does the Two Rivers just start like that with like 7 shades of skin tones, and that's just how y'all are? It's hard to believe on screen. It just screams diversity forcing, and it's like, come on, man, can't we just have like a show that's goes by the books without calling it racist? Like, the author wrote this story a certain way for whatever reason. Does that mean Tolkien's racist? No. Does that mean what's his name, Robert Jordan's racist? No. But it's like, I guess nowadays it is. You're a racist if you disagree with shitty writing, terrible fucking changes to lore and canon that's already established and loved by millions of readers who are super excited to see an adaptation be made. But as I started seeing the trailers, I was just like, it's nothing what I was hoping, what I was picturing in my head. It's just terrible. It's flat out terrible. And that episode, which was it, episode 6, I think, Udar or Udon or some shit like that, I told my friend, bro, this series is ass so far, but this episode it just blew the rest away with how bad it was. And he's like, IGN gave it a 10 out of 10 because he hasn't caught up yet. And I'm just like, took like a minute or two of shock, because how can anybody give that a 10 out of 10? It's ridiculous. It's so fucking bad. It's like terrible. The orcs, who are night creatures who get burned by the sun, every single one of them needs a torch to walk in the dark. Huh? And then, let alone, not just that, there's like thousands of them. and apparently 30 fucking villagers give up their position at the high ground with a tower and gates. They could have barricaded. They could have had all their archers on the top, which is what they did in the village. Same fucking shit. And they act like one flaming cart falling into 3,000 orcs is going to get the job done. And apparently it does, because they killed all the orcs. And all the orcs who they were fighting, after they were all dead, somehow magically turned out to be humans. Humans disguised as orcs, or elves disguised as orcs. I was just like, oh my god, what the fuck am I watching here? Oh, the fucking orcs must have like cosmetics degrees or some shit from Adar. That must be like one of his special powers, because they don't show any of his fucking powers. He literally takes one look at Galadriel and just runs like a fucking straight up bitch. It's so fucking cringe. They make all the men pussies in the show. First episode, it's terrible. They fucking they're in like some blizzard and they can't see that they're right there where they're supposed to be, yet they have fucking elven eyes and they're supposed to have like advanced eyesight. And they're like, where are we? We're lost. And all of a sudden they're like, no, we're in the middle of where we're supposed to fucking be. Holy shit, we just noticed. We had to walk right into it before we could see it. And then they point out her eyes on the ship. I've seen it since the sun rose. I guess Galadriel's elf vision can see over the fucking horizon, the curve of Middle Earth. I guess Middle Earth is flat too now? Sorry. I'm just so passionate I can't hide it. Because, I mean, I got the ring tattooed on me. That's how much I love this fucking series. The books. I read them. I'm not going to claim I know every fucking detail, because it was a while ago when I read them. But I fucking read them, so... And this just isn't Tolkien. Not at all. He's fucking torpedoing in his grave right now because of this fucking woke bullshit. I'm going to say it. And I'm fine saying it because I know I'm not a racist. Some of my best friends are black. And speaking of my best friend who I've been talking about the show with, he's mixed. And he's fucking loves Lord of the Rings. It's his favorite show. It's his favorite movies of all time. And he was like, he's skeptical about my dislike of the show. And I haven't got his opinion yet, if he likes it or not. He's still catching up, but I told him if he really thinks that after watching episode 6 was a 10 out of 10, there's just something wrong. I guess there's something wrong with me, because it was not. It was a 2.8. It's a 28%, and that's being generous. Okay? So they give up their fucking position, right? Oh, let me just go back to like episode 2 or 3, when Galadriel jumps off the boat with her fucking sword, but she's wearing nothing but this shift, which is like a underdress. She's got no scabbard, fucking sheath, nothing on her. She must have like a magic pussy that she can swim 300 miles with the sword shoved up her ass, and then fart it out when nobody's looking and have it when convenience calls for it again. But yet it shows her in the water with 2 fucking open palms swimming. And somehow, hundreds of miles later, she hops on a raft and she's got the sword with her the whole time. I'm sorry, but that's fucking bullshit. That's a rookie move. The showrunners are like children. The writers are like fucking autistic kids who they think they're being clever, but they're really like disgustingly fucking... It's just so not good. And they spent what, $1 billion on this show? 60 million per episode? Yeah, somebody's getting paid behind the scenes. Somebody's fucking whatever you want to call it, but it's just fucking terrible, man. It's so bad. So Adar walks right into the fucking trap. He's supposed to be some smart military commander. He marches right through the fucking door. They don't even have to use their ram, which is like a 10-foot fucking log. It's the weakest looking ram I've ever seen. By the way, not to mention the orcs are like vampires in this show. They're all pale. There's supposed to be one pale orc, Azog, and then the other guy, Borg or whatever. And that's the only fucking ones we've seen from Peter Jackson's. But no, I guess they can't make them dark skinned because that would be like messaging racism or something. So yeah, just make them white and make them oh my god. But that's not even the big deal. And the black elf isn't even a big deal. It's the show, it's the acting, it's the writing, it's just the terribleness of it, of the whole fucking thing overall. Have an inclusive cast, diverse cast. I think they should have just stuck with Tolkien stuff, and I think probably just as many people of color would have still liked the show, just like they liked the movies. Oh my god. And they even had to point out that there's female orcs. Adar said, "We are brothers and sisters." And then it showed this one orc that might have been a chick. There was like one maybe chick out of like 3,000 orcs. Just so women could feel included. Good God. And there's a scene where they show the horse get up. There's like people getting hacked to shreds and shit, but they trip a horse and they spend a whole 3 seconds shot on it getting back up. Like, what the fuck? Y'all are just being pussies. Anyway, so yeah, Adar walks right into a trap. He's like, oh, where have they all gone? There's no one here. And then the elf shoots a fucking tower with like a flame. He hits some rope. I guess they spent all of a night knocking like bricks and stone that have been built for hundreds of years out of place to where this Jenga fucking tower was barely standing, and all they needed to do was throw a little flame on one of the ropes that was holding it all together, and then it just shatters and kills like 50 orcs maybe. And then they go downhill to this village with no fucking walls or fences or nothing. It has a little bridge that they don't even use that to their advantage. They just hide until they all get them where they want them. And then they start shooting their arrows from the thatched roofs. Oh my god. So yeah, they kill the orcs. They win. 30 fucking villagers beat like 3,000 orcs, apparently. But no. The blood isn't black, it's red. They were prisoners dressed up as orcs. They must have also had their tongues cut out so they couldn't warn them that they were going to be killing their own fucking people. But it didn't show that because that would have been too gruesome, right? Didn't show, Adar's mind control apparently to get them to march into a fucking... It's 10 out of 10. Yeah, that's what IGN gave it. It's just laughable. Amazon has to be writing IGN a big fat check because that's just the only way I can justify that rating. It's unjustifiable. It's terrible. Durin and Dookie Elrond, I've heard the guy call him. He's not Elrond. Doesn't look anything like him. It should have been Celebrimbor or whoever the fuck who's talking to Durin, not Elrond. Anyways, yeah, first episode, Galadriel gets launched off a fucking sword through the air. Like 7 male orcs get their asses just killed quickly by a troll. Like there's some straight up bitches, but no, Galadriel kills it with ease because she's a badass. She's the fucking Lord Commander now. They're biting off Game of Thrones so hard. They're trying to be clever and draw from scenes from the movies. Like when the fucking Numenorians show up with their moob armor I mean, the male tits. It looks like they have dad bods. It's fucking hilarious. And they're like days away sailing from Numenor, and meanwhile Arondir and Bronwyn are getting attacked by Adar and his 3,000 orcs, which apparently 1,000 are all prisoners that he's dressed up to trick them into killing their own kind. Oh, so evil, right? But if he was that evil, he'd have just fucking burned the goddamn inn they're all hiding in. And burned them alive and laughed and been done with it. But no, no. They break their way in, and he walks in there. And he grabs Bronwyn's neck and says, "Where is it?" Now I get it. Yes, he needed to find out where the thing was, so maybe that's why they didn't burn him alive. But shit, all they had to do was set it on fire and they all would have ran out. Nobody's gonna sit there and fucking burn alive. And then you just catch him on the way out. And then put the knife to the throat and say, "Where'd you hide the fucking hilt?" Anyway, and Arondir's ready to let Bronwyn die. And Bronwyn, they can't even let the black elf dude get a win. He almost gets killed by this orc. He's got the fucking knife an inch from his eyeball. He's spitting out from his other eye, his eye that he stabbed him in, his black fucking blood. About to kill Arondir, and then Bronwyn's there, saves the day. A fucking chick with no military experience kills like 4 or 5 orcs. She's leading all the men and women. Oh god, it's ridiculous. And then Muriel gets fucking blinded from the volcano that is a pyro fucking plasmic wave, hits everyone, kills everyone except Galadriel. She's like Superman. She's super elf. She doesn't burn from lava, apparently. She doesn't need oxygen to breathe. She can breathe lava smoke and flames and just be fine. Same with the little guy she finds. She ignores a crying baby and finds Theo, and they have this awkward ass, supposed to be touching moment where Galadriel shows how humble she is, when the entire show she's been nothing but humble. She's been a little bitch, hot on revenge on the orcs that killed her brother. I will have my revenge. But then she tells Theo, killing is not good. Oh my god, it's just a shit show. It's a huge waste of time and money, and it's just a smack in the face to any true Tolkien fan. And it's pretty much just proof that all fantasy adaptations in the future from here forward are gonna be ruined with diversity and bad writing and woke culture, woke appeasement. And that's just something we're gonna have to deal with, I guess. I might fucking start reading books again, because these shows are just fucking ass. And the diversity's not even, I mean, yeah, it's glaringly obvious, the diversity is, but House of the Dragon has a perfect example of it. Yeah, this Corlys and the Valyrian family being like the only black people in the entire fucking Westeros seem odd, yes, but it has good writing, character development, and just overall better show. Made it less painful to watch. Yes, it has. But I also don't understand in that show. I'll do a review of House of the Dragon, how Daemon and his wife, Princess Laenor, before she gets burned alive, spoiler alert, have 2 daughters who are just as dark as the mom. I don't know. Maybe she fucked a black dude, apparently, because Princess Rhaenyra's kids are bastards. They're completely white when their dad's supposed to be black. So why are these girls completely black when their dad is white as fucking my ass in winter? It makes no sense. And we're supposed to just believe that she didn't fuck some other guy? Nope. Sorry, genes don't work like that. House of the Dragon. So I can't. I just can't see him as the real father. Damon got played, and his wife fucked somebody with the same skin color as her, because if it really was Damon as the father, they would be mixed kids. There, mic drop. I'm done. It's like I gotta finish on Rings of Power because it's so ass. Then they got Isildur, and they make Elendil, a badass, look like a straight up man bitch. I mean, he starts crying at one point, and Muriel goes blind, and she says, "They must not know. Keep guiding my horse and say nothing of this." But then she's later sitting by herself with a fucking blindfold on. She's supposed to be hiding the fact that she's blind now, but she's using a blindfold to do it. Huh? And there's like, I could make this video twice as long, but this is just stuff that's off the top of my head that I remember being absolutely terrible. It's just a shitty show. It's a fucked up show. It's a fucking mockery is what it is. Absolutely terrible waste of money. Bezos is pocketing like fucking, I don't know. These episodes feel like $1 million episodes, but they're supposed to be 60 mil an episode. I find it very hard to believe, and I would love to know why they call it the Rings of Power when we haven't seen a fucking single ring yet. Oh, I know why. Because they're stealing everything Tolkien fucking made, and everything that draws people in from his fan base. Stealing all that, but changing the whole story to however the fuck they seem to be fit. It's blasphemous. It's wrong. It should be illegal. You shouldn't be able to take some name from something that's already fucking made and just fucking change it. Just make a whole nother show if that's what you're gonna do. I've got no voice. No producers and execs are gonna hear this, but I gotta say it. Just fucking make something else. Say this is inspired by Tolkien. Not fucking this is Tolkien's world and this is what happened in the Second Age, because none of that fucking bullshit happened. How do I know? Did I read the fucking Silmarillion? No. But I know none of that fucking bullshit, cheesy ass fucking bullshit happened. Oh god. Alright, I'm gonna end it there. 23 minutes. Rings of Power. Overall, I give it a 10% on the faux scale. I'm just kidding. I'll give it an 18%. I'll be nice. But yeah, just if you like Tolkien, just read the book or watch the movies or the Hobbits, because this is probably just gonna upset you. Like, it's the only thing it's done for me. It's upset me because it's terrible. It's terrible, and if you give it any kind of criticism on the show as a whole, you're racist. That's just what it is. That's just the world we're in now. So sorry in advance. I'm not gonna admit to being racist because I know I'm not, but I know from having this opinion on the show, I'm sure plenty of people will call me that. So it is what it is. Anyway, that's Foeontheflicks. Sorry I've been gone for a while. I don't even know. But I'll try to be back with some reviews because I'm still watching shit faster than I can review them. So anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about Rings of Power. Am I just a bigot piece of shit who is just never going to change? Something's really wrong with me? Or is the show really great and I'm just not seeing it? Or do you agree that it's just a fucking absolute waste of time and money and energy and actors and everything and a mockery of Tolkien? Alright, see you in the next one. That's Foeontheflicks episode I don't know, but I'm done and I'm out.